Hey,
for 8
marathon
fucking
episode.
hours. Hey guys,
are we still?
this
Are we
is the
live?
pregame show. That
Are we
we're
live
live
now?
there. We should start the show,
All right.
brah.
Here we
Bruh.
go.
Are we connected to it too?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Hope.
This is Happy Fun Time Sports.
Who's hot? Who's not?
Welcome to Happy Fun Time Sports. Disappointing Chaz since 2015. Visit us on all of our social medias and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, or Stitcher Radio. You can watch us and subscribe right now on YouTube.
YouTube
right
Live.
now.
Well,
Happy Fun Time Sports.
I mean,
I mean,
people probably
fair enough. Right now. Right
get
now.
on it.
All right. If you have never heard our show before, we are Happy Fun Time Sports. We are a sports podcast with a humorous slant. My name is Kevin. With me, as always, is Fat Ryan Gosling.
Hey,
Over
girl.
to my left. Behind on the ones and twos and the wheels of steel is Drunkle Diddles.
Yo, check yourself.
We are missing, unfortunately, our lovely third co-host, Miss Brittany Brickner.
Crowd is very upset.
Crowd. We have a
Being studio
huge
audience.
studio audience.
Yeah. After the show, baby. After the show.
Unfortunately, she has a gig. That's what happens when you have a mild celebrity on the show. So, unfortunately, though, speaking of Brittany and speaking of disappointing Chaz, the date was a no-go on Saturday.
Guys. Some things happen, and Chaz has been not leaving Kevin or myself alone about it.
No, he is not.
He's like, so is it still on? Because I cut my hair.
He did cut his hair. He did make it a point to let us know that he cut his hair,
He was
and his hair
very-
wouldn't look anywhere near as good this week as it did
No.
last week.
We're gonna start a Kickstarter just in case. So we need to get Chaz a new haircut
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he saved up all of his allowance from his mom, and I think some of that was canasta earnings.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he beats her pretty routinely. I mean, we can't take that lightly. So Brittany and Chaz didn't happen. It's going to happen very soon. Brittany, unfortunately, like we said, she has things that tend to come up last minute, like reason she's not on the show today.
Yeah.
She just happens to have gigs and things like that. It happens. So she is going to go out with Chaz, though. This is going to happen.
Against her will.
Against
actually,
her will.
It's pretty much against. Or
And
with
actually-
her, on her.
Chaz's reaction to this, and I was telling Derek earlier, Chaz's reaction makes me really happy that there are multiple people that are going to be there to ensure that he
Yeah.
doesn't turn her into his favorite blanket. So
Yeah, this is kind of creepy what you were reading out to me.
it's a
what
little,
Chaz
a little
does.
odd.
Wow.
Chaz just does creep.
He's
Chad
our
too.
resident. Chaz is our resident creep on the street.
He really is. I can't wait to get him out there for some of those segments. It's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
say
fun.
creep on the street, creep in the sheets, and you can never leave.
No,
I think that's how
I'm waiting for him to show up with like the neck, the neck iron. Was it the prisoner clasp or whatever?
Doing the what's his name?
The,
got it, right?
the saw, right? No, we're not talking about.
The lotion in the basket.
There you go.
Oh,
No, I was gonna say
Manimal.
he's gonna show up with the Jabba the Hutt Princess Leia trap, where she's gonna be just in a gold bikini chained to Chaz.
I have that costume in my size. Just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think next week that's what you're wearing.
Oh.
So since Britt isn't here, it's going to be incumbent on FRG and I to be able to learn enough sports in the meantime to be
I
able to
know
discuss.
All of the sports ever to have sported.
Then we're in good hands. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So there is a game going on right now, a very
sports
important game. There is a sports game going on, and it's very close. Right now, at the end of the first quarter, the Golden State Warriors lead 25-21 over the Thunder, who incredibly shockingly lead that series
who
3-1.
incredibly shockingly are even playing in this series.
That's a good point.
Because this series was everybody assumes Spurs versus the Steph
Yeah.
Currys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. That was
Even
kind
this
of
guy.
the-
This guy doesn't know
Yeah.
know a damn
Yeah.
thing
about
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
or how to
Right.
please a woman,
I agree wholeheartedly.
yeah.
but not
Yeah.
pleasing a woman.
Right.
Did you just make fart noises with your
Sorry.
mustache?
It's, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's just really surprising that they were here, especially, I mean, having Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, they're both great players. And Russell Westbrook especially is just having an historic year. If it wasn't for Steph Curry, he likely would have been the MVP. However, at the same time, that team was a defensive sieve all year long. They couldn't stop. I mean, if my grandma decided to rise from the dead and play basketball, they wouldn't be able to stop her. I mean, it was bad. And suddenly they've become this juggernaut, and they've gotten through getting kicked in the balls. They've gotten through
multiple times.
I mean, they got blown out in game 2 and came back and just pounded the Warriors in game 3 and game 4.
This is getting real sexy.
Yeah, real sexy.
Yeah.
I'm hard. Yeah.
I'm hard. Kicking. Feeling it.
Well, so in the Eastern Conference, the LeBrons have taken a 3-2 lead over the Drakes. What do you think's going on over there? I mean, is this kind of a foregone conclusion, or you think it ends up going 7? Do you think it's just a home team wins every game?
It won't be surprising if they go 7. Honestly, it's more money for LeBron, and it gives him more of a chance to be in the national spotlight.
True.
But either way, I think they're going to take that series because that's what was written in the script.
Yeah, that's very true. That is how Adam Silver wrote it out.
This is why FRG as commissioner needs to be a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, as you can see in our beautiful view, the viewfinder here, if you guys are watching this live or even in the future later when it's not live anymore, you see there's a hat in the middle of the table. We don't know what it's about, but that's an area where you could be sponsored on this show. So
absolutely.
Yeah, Pacifico, if you're watching.
Yeah. Here, hold on. Let's
let's put this right here.
Put that
he needs that.
There we go.
Give me that back.
Yeah, he needs that.
All right, thank you.
Also, we want to be sponsored by Mercedes.
Yes.
And Maserati
and Pornhub
and Pringles.
Yeah,
and Pringles.
Too.
Yeah, you can click right behind Kevin for if you're looking for hot Pringles in your area.
Right there.
Just saying.
Just click.
Yeah, Pringles.
Anyway.
Dodgers about to make a big move.
I thought, were we done with basketball?
I mean,
what do you think about that series?
I can't disagree with you. It's LeBron again. The Raptors are a decent basketball team, but they're not. They would have been eliminated in the first round in the West. I feel the same way about the Cavs, though. I think the second round they would have been out. I don't see the Raptors having enough to beat Cleveland in Cleveland. I think they'll win game 6 in Toronto because I think they just tend to play better at home. But going back home or going back on the road to Cleveland against LeBron, Kevin Love is healthy, Kyrie Irving is healthy. They're just it's not going to happen. I'm thinking it's the Cavs, and honestly, I think the Thunder probably close it out tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
have they started that game yet? We're recording.
Well,
right now.
I did give an update earlier.
I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
It's early second quarter, 27-21 Golden State.
And how's is
28-21?
Is Curry actually making his shots?
Curry right now is not in the game.
All right, because I think there was something I saw earlier about he might not play tonight or something. I don't know what's what.
Well, he's really performing at like 70%. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty damn obvious.
But tonight, Durant and Westbrook are not shooting the ball very well. Hence, they're still only down by 4.
They got a whole second half to make magic happen. Also, Dodgers fans.
Yes,
you have a whole second half of the goddamn season.
5 by the way, 5 for 19 combined. Kevin Love or Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's like,
and they're only down by 4 points, 30-26 right now.
Oh, it helps when the team starts playing.
Yeah,
because they are clearly the team.
Absolutely.
But yeah. Speaking about first halves and second halves, there's a whole second half of the season. Hell, there's still first half of the season to be played, but there's a second half of the season to be played, Dodgers fans. And the team that is on the field, that has been on the field, well, granted, we've because I'm a homer, we've won the last 4 games, which is magic. Can I get a clap from the audience? Can I get a clap from the audience? All right, so we brought a horn too. Who let that? The white security let somebody in with a horn.
It's Manny Ramirez. He's just chilling back there with his.
Yeah, because he's still getting paid. No, he's not getting paid by the Dodgers anymore.
No, thankfully. This season finally.
Thank God. But the team that's been on the field, the garbage, and the team that is not quite performing that's been on the field is not going to be the same team that's going to be out there in August. It's going to be probably 7 new players, maybe. I don't know. You're going to have an Ethier back and all that, like I said last week and all that.
Well, they're still trying to clone Kike. So we might have a Kike at every position, which isn't going to be good, though.
He's so bad right now. Kiki, what's going on, bro? It's your boy here, FRG. I'm stalking you. No homo. But so I said it last week. Don't worry, not like in a Chaz way. I won't turn you into a lamp. But
no.
Julio Urias is going to make his big league debut tomorrow. Again, we record on Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be a Friday, which comes after Thursday. Thank you, Rebecca Black. But because you see, Derek.
Yeah, I got.
You got to get
there we go.
Fridays,
Well
basically. And he's going to be getting down on Friday in New York against the Mets.
Yeah.
Making his big league debut.
That's a tough debut, man.
Against Jacob deGrom.
Didn't our boy Zach Lee make his debut against the Mets last year? That didn't go as well.
Or 6 runs in 9 innings or something like that.
No, I think it was like 9 runs in like 2 innings.
Sorry, 6 runs in 6 innings. Yeah, he did not look so hot.
What?
But, you know, people are talking about Urias as the second coming of Kershaw coming.
Actually, they're saying second coming of Fernando, right?
Yeah, well, he's the second Mexican-born 19-year-old to make their debut with the Dodgers. So, of course, you got to make that correlation. But this was one I really love because, again, this is the number 2 rated prospect in all of baseball going into the season.
Yeah.
Corey Seager was number 1. So we are well represented. Well, number 1, why is he making a start now? Like I said, I was figuring maybe 2 weeks from now and then kind of get him bullpen. And it was sort of accelerated. The need was accelerated because Alex Wood was hurting. And surprisingly, we're worried about Alex Wood. We did not think that would happen. Like, why couldn't it have been Kazmir, even though he put up a good start?
He put up a good start.
But he still has an ERA of like 5 as we're, Wood
and that's with good. That's with a 1 run allowed last night and with a 0 in his very first start.
Yep.
And he still has an ERA of over 5.
His fielding independent.
Pretty bad.
It's he's not so
he's been
so
terrible.
Happy. So Wood is hurting, has a triceps thing. I don't think they're going to put him on the shelf. So he might be able to make a start. Maybe just be pushed back a couple of days. But, that was for everybody. One of the things I really do I loved. So us Dodger fans know that Zach Greinke, he's a smart kid, despite his inability to pick the right team and the right contract. But he enjoys being something of a scout. When he was in LA, he was a part of draft day and all that. Yeah. And he I don't know who was talking. There you go, Ken Rosenthal he was talking to. I really did like this. It says former Dodgers right-hand pitcher Zach Greinke described Julio Urias to Ken Rosenthal this spring, the most perfect pitching prospect I've ever seen.
Wow.
Rosenthal asked Greinke why. He said Urias is a left-handed pitcher. Stuff is plus. And number 3, he's nasty, but not so nasty that you think he'll blow out. It's
Mr. Urias if you're nasty.
Thank you. But that's a big thing, and that's what's great about Kershaw. You look at what he's doing. He's having a guy with a number of historic seasons already under his belt is having a season that is even more historic than all of his historic seasons combined. Yep. But what's great about Kershaw, it's like right now you're looking at a guy who might have potential to go down as the best player in baseball history, definitely potential to be the best pitcher. Oh, yeah. I know Trout fan, calm down. I know Mo Vaughn fan, calm down.
Mo Vaughn went down as the best pitcher of all time.
Agreed.
Representing. But, the biggest thing is always going to be health. And look at Pedro Martinez had his last, 6 years. Yeah. Or he made it into the Hall of Fame as was it 42 or something like that? I don't know how old he is or how old he was last year, but he retired at age 37. Yeah. And
for some reason they have him on TV now.
He's so bad at it.
Terrible.
He's going to be the next one of those, what's his name? Kurt Schilling, I think. But he can get away with it because he's se hablas español. Exactly. But yeah, he's damn good, and Kershaw's damn good, and his thing is that sustainability. He's not a max effort guy. Yeah. So you would be kind of shocked and surprised. Either way, you're going to be shocked or minivan if he gets hurt, and you're going to be very, very sad. But it seems like it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to get hurt. Yeah, based on his effort level. But I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of these Urias starts and all that. But
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you expecting out of him?
Well, I've seen a little bit of the video on him. And number one, what I love.
The ball.
Well, he does throw the ball.
That was Derek scouting. Hashtag not a scout.
Well, my favorite thing about Urias is that fucked up eye. I love that fucked up eye. That thing is, if I was a hitter, that would scare the shit out of me. I'd be like, I don't know where he's throwing the ball. He's looking at me, but also looking at third base. Yeah. I'm nervous.
The best part about that fucked up eye is that that was loud. He had like cosmetic corrective surgery for it in the middle of last season, which is why he had few innings pitched last season.
Yeah,
only like 87, but it still looks fucked up.
Terrible.
He's got a wonky eye or what?
It's just an eyelid. Like his sight and everything's fine, but his eye.
That picture we posted.
Yeah, that's basically how he looks. Basically,
he looks like Popeye kind of a little bit.
He looks like. I was thinking that he kind of looks like they would have cast him as One-Eyed Willie in the Mexican remake of the Goonies.
Too soon?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never too soon.
Guillermo de Uno Ojo or something like that.
What is happening over there? Oh, the laptop is.
Hey, it's all on me now. Hey, kids. Girl mustache.
Well, it's a
Get the
touch
girls.
screen, so it decides to get a little derpy.
Yeah, what in the hell?
I don't think it's affecting.
Can't see me.
Else.
Yeah.
Well, we can't see you.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Let's go to. Let me go to live feed here. Yeah, you're on there plenty fine.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and what do we got next? What are we talking about?
Well, no. The other thing I really like about Urias though is it seems like his maturity as a pitcher and his decision making is just so far beyond. I mean, guys that are actually at the major league level.
Yeah.
And this kid's 19 years old. I mean,
Yasiel Puig won't be this mature until he's like 84.
Yeah, easily. He'll have died before he hits this maturity level. But just his decision making, he's not. If he gets into trouble, he doesn't overthink it. He doesn't get nervous about it. He just. He makes his pitches. He does like what Kershaw does, where it's like, all right, I'm in trouble. I'm going to calm the fuck down and I'm going to do this, and that's crazy to have for that young and that talented of a player. So I'm really excited to see what he does tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be magic and beautiful. And I'm sad. I think I'm going to have to miss it because I'm going to be in a cabin for some reason.
That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah. Never mind.
Are you going with Chaz?
No, I want to live.
You should do a camping trip, just you and Chaz, middle of the woods.
The whole camping trip's gonna be like, so why do you think Brittany likes in colors? He even blew me up on Facebook.
Hey,
like, oh, what's going on with Brittany?
Y'all created this monster, so you got no one to blame but yourselves.
I know. I feel so bad for Brittany because she has to go on the date with him now, and she has to do it.
It's gonna be a shotgun date,
literally.
This will be a lampshade wedding.
Chaz's parents will be standing there with shotguns. You better marry him.
I am pretty sure it's gonna be more. You better marry. And they're gonna be in the wrong spot.
And then they die on the spot.
That's messed up.
I know. I'm sorry, Chaz. I'm sorry,
His
Chaz.
parents are very sweet people.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. I've heard from Kevin.
Oh.
Yes,
he met them. They're very, very nice people.
Very
nice.
I talked to his dad once. Good time.
That's true. You did talk to.
Yeah, we hit it off right
Mr.
away.
Senior.
I feel like Derek would just call Chaz's house just while drunk randomly on a Friday night.
Is Chaz there?
Hey. They're gonna be like, I'm sorry, who's Chaz?
Who's drunk here? You or me? Me.
Oh boy. So moving on a little bit.
All right, we're moving on.
Thank you, Melissa. So there's something that has been kind of on the minds of everybody in sports over the last couple of years, as far as college sports goes, and it's really the question of, should college athletes start getting paid? Josh Rosen, the sophomore quarterback for UCLA, had a really funny tweet. He reposted the news story about UCLA signing a 10-year, $280 million deal with Under Armour. And he said, he posted it, and then it was like ... but we're just amateurs. Or but we're just amateurs, right? Something like that. And
God, so bad.
It's really bad. And there are multiple sides to the argument. There's, ideas on both sides, but the whole thing goes back to you're still exploiting college athletes. So there's a guy, Joe Nocera, who's a New York Times columnist, and he has a really good idea for a salary cap system. So what he said every Division I men's basketball and football team would have a salary cap, just like the pros do, except the amounts would be a lot lower. So in basketball, the cap would be $650,000. In football, it would be $3 million. So it's ludicrous to argue that the Power 5 programs can't afford this. The $3.6 million is half the $7 million that Jim Harbaugh makes at Michigan as the coach.
So bad.
So, and then he also said he would drop the number of scholarships in college football to 60, which is closer to an NFL team, from 85. So he said second, he would impose a minimum salary, $25,000 per player in each sport. Said it wouldn't make the athletes rich, but it would give them enough to live like typical college students.
Yeah.
Now to the free market aspect of it, he said the minimum salaries consume only half the cap. The rest of the money would be used as a recruiting tool. So a star player could be offered additional money as an inducement to go to a particular university. One university might want to offer a star running back $40,000, while another might offer him $60,000. The player would make a choice based not on a recruiter's sweet-talking promises, but on cold hard cash, which
so they're gonna go like the LeBron route. They're gonna go the Zach Greinke route. They're gonna go the Derek route and just go for the money.
Absolutely, you go wherever they offer you the most money. That's why Derek is here.
Damn straight.
We offered him the ability to stay home and get drunk.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
done. Where do I sign?
I mean, this is not your house. This is slippery.
I know, this is my house. The other part of the house is the wife's.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're not married. What about all of the beautiful men that want you?
Well, get in line, girl.
Anyway,
Well, and then one of the other things he brings up is he said the contracts between the players and the universities, and he said, yes, contracts, just like in any other important economic transaction, could go well beyond compensation. They could require a player to spend 3 years in college, reducing the reluctance on one and dones, especially in basketball. The players and their parents might insist on certain academic benefits or the right to pursue a certain major, like underwater basket weaving or cheese appreciation or something like that. And then
my dream.
Exactly. I mean, and you could set up specific academic requirements for these athletes to hit. They could have, you could even have performance bonuses and things like that. So if you win the Heisman, you get a performance bonus. If you have a certain, level of statistical achievement, you can do it. But then at the same time, for certain grades, like if you have a linebacker who's really good and he also happens to get straight A's, there's an economic incentive for that, like, hey, we're going to pay you an extra $20,000 because you just hit straight A's this year. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Based, have your academic
it sounds just like a video game.
Right?
Yeah. So the more you get, the more you make. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that
Wait,
makes sense.
is there downloadable content for the
There
players?
is downloadable content. What you do is you plug right into their brain. It's very Matrix style. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this is a good idea? Would you guys advocate something like this?
I mean, I hate the idea of the colleges making all this money because they're already making so much goddamn money as it is, and
they have endowments and all that other stuff.
Colleges
endowments.
themselves, or the
Well
college
endowed.
players are making.
the college.
No, the college
Players
themselves
are making their money in other ways. They're having hush hush. A lot of them, the good ones, are going to have their hush hush. What's the word I'm looking for?
money. The slush
endorsement deals. And
Oh
all that.
Yeah,
so
but that
Reggie Bush
also-
can go out and buy his family a house and everything. But
But that also gives the underdog or the guy that's not doing so well incentive to, hey, you know what?
Exactly.
to try.
Or also the guy that's doing very well. You got to admit, a star quarterback, chances are his grades are subpar.
Yeah.
Chances are.
Carson
Yeah,
Wentz is
sure.
a moron.
Yeah. And it's easy for us to say because we're not making millions by playing
Speak for
football in the
yourself.
front
Wow.
yard. But,
They
No,
also
that's-
are not.
That's true. The problem is they're also not making millions.
yeah,
playing
but
football.
also,
Well, not in the front yard.
I don't want to sound douchey, but
Yeah.
if
You and you.
sports does not work out for that star quarterback, at least he has the academic background.
Absolutely.
He's got straight A's, and someone
Yes.
says, hey, you know what? It didn't work out for you in football.
But you now have a degree.
Yeah,
and
you're
you've
an
got some
engineer
money.
now.
Exactly.
but-
Yeah. That's the thing. I think that's why I like the minimum salary idea. So everybody gets at least the $25,000,
Mhm.
and then you have academic and performance bonuses.
Right.
So maybe this kid he's a backup linebacker or whatever. He's not going to the NFL. And he's playing okay, but he's not hitting any kind of incentives. But he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to study really hard
Still
too.
doing-
And he's going to get bonuses for that too, for playing on the team and doing that. Because you can't have a job and play a college sport.
Right.
I mean, I went to a Division III school where they don't offer any kind of sports. You're not allowed to offer sports scholarships or anything like that.
Oh.
And I had talked to the football coach and I was like, yeah, I'd like to play and blah, blah, blah. But then I realized I couldn't have a job and I couldn't afford that.
Nope.
I couldn't afford to not work and still not even have a scholarship cover my,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
hard enough
unless
it was
you're-
crazy.
It's hard
Yeah.
to go to school on your own, and it's hard enough to even to live from some point out there, let alone
Exactly.
to have the time to study and do your shit, and then to also have time and
To practice
do
and
the
play
the
sports. Yeah,
foosball. Yeah, it's,
exactly.
no, it's-
Yeah, you can't do it. And these kids, same thing.
Seems like a good idea to me.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
got my vote.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's implement this.
All right.
All
pay
right,
the
you heard it
kids.
here
I
first,
got
folks.
this. I now become the commissioner of national CAA.
Pay them the money. National CAA.
Well, and also not to mention, I know plenty of people that follow NCAA more, that they care more about
Oh,
college
yeah.
football than actual, NFL.
Well, if you look at the South is, I mean, they still follow their NFL team sort of,
Right.
but if you look at the whole state of Alabama, they're football crazy and it's just high school and college.
Yeah,
I
college.
mean, that's,
Yeah.
it's Alabama or Auburn. Georgia,
Yeah.
they like the Falcons, but they also love University of Georgia or
Yeah.
Georgia
Yeah,
Tech.
well, and
they're
then
huge on these teams.
being a person that does not really follow NFL or any kind of sport, I
Yeah.
would rather watch college because they're actually trying. They're saying, hey, I'm giving it my all to
Yeah,
get
it's
into the
entertaining.
NFL. Once you get
Yeah.
into the NFL, it's just showboating,
Well,
in my
some of
opinion.
them are.
In my opinion.
Sometimes,
But
yeah.
the thing is, it kind of sucks about that. We were talking last week or a couple weeks ago about Danger Russ Wilson and
Yeah.
how, people were talking about him being basically a complete douchebag and
Yeah.
the first player, because you're going to have those people that just care so much about, I want to be first draft pick.
Exactly.
All the money that comes with that, all the bitches that I can't bang because
Yeah.
Jesus is watching.
Oh, make room for Jesus.
Thank you for
From one
Jesus
college,
cut the condom.
staying in college, from one college, I don't know, is Rosen a star? Will we say star?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Rosen for sure.
From one college star to the other. Now we have Johnny Manziel. Where would he be in this situation? Because he would have got probably all of the all of the athletic
Yeah.
accolades with it, but none of the academic. And the reason I'm bringing him up, by the way, they're out there in listener land. He's having some issues. We'll say.
What? Johnny Manziel?
I know, right? The
That guy
fucking
is straight and narrow.
perfect, perfect attendance in and going to the bar.
It's true.
So, what was
My
it?
man.
Didn't he get into a fight or he got thrown out of a bar?
He got into a fight.
And then he got thrown out of the bar. He's
his-
looking really skinny and
He looks
bad.
haggard. He's
His-
not training. His dad's worried he's gonna die. His
Yes.
dad is worried he's gonna
Dad,
die.
family, friends are
Yeah.
worried about this
That's
guy.
Johnny Football, right?
That's Johnny Football.
That's
Football.
what everyone was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, Johnny Football.
Well, now he's Johnny Meth.
You know,
So,
Johnny
I
Manziel.
haven't heard any good things about
No.
him.
He's
no,
basically been drafted and he's a free agent
Who's
right
the
now, right?
Browns?
he's a free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he get drafted to the Browns?
What's
yeah.
the
He
Browns?
played
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Browns,
Uh,
and then his
Which doesn't
agent.
mean much.
That's like the worst of the worst,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
their-
the team you
their
don't want to
team-
get drafted.
Their
Oh,
team
okay.
is just a color.
But I just can't believe that everyone's like, oh, Johnny Football, and then he gets drafted to the Browns.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
because the
doesn't make
Browns are
sense.
bad and the bad teams draft sooner.
tend to have better
Science.
draft
I
picks.
gotcha. Science.
The other thing, I mean, with him, it's his agent, who's like NFL super agent Drew
What
Rosenhaus.
agent? Because Drew Rosenhaus dropped him.
That's the thing. He dropped him, but he dropped him with the caveat of you get your life back in order and I'll bring you back on board. I'm dropping you temporarily so you can get your shit together. And he's just gone completely downhill instead of using that as like, oh, incentive for me to get my life back together.
Would you
And-
would you do the same if you were his agent?
Yeah, I would have. I
Yeah.
for sure would have. But I also, the thing is, if I was the agent, and it depends on the relationship. It depends on if it's the Bob Sugar or the Jerry Maguires of the world. Do you care about the money, or are you really like, no, help me help you? So it really just depends. But at the same time, what I would do is I would say, okay, I'm going to drop you, but I'm also going to make sure to surround you with people that are
Exactly.
going to help you get better.
Because you still can be my golden egg.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Throwing $15K at some people to hopefully help this guy who's going to make you, a couple
Exactly.
100,000 or million or
A
whatever.
couple million, yeah,
Yeah.
easily. But
Well,
Yeah,
he's
well,
gotta- he's have to get a good line of not only showing that he's finally on the straight and narrow, but
yeah,
producing
yeah.
at
Yeah.
an NFL
Well,
level.
I'd hate to be that
Absolutely.
guy to compare him to Justin Bieber. I know it sounds crazy, but think about
It's true.
he's fresh
Very-
out of college.
Very
Yeah.
Netflix
You know
and
what?
chill of you.
Dude, I would be dumbest guy. Like if I was getting that much income at his
Yeah.
age, I honestly, I couldn't say that I wouldn't be in the same position.
Although he grew up a rich kid too, and that
Yeah,
that was
well.
like the big thing about him is he grew up this rich kid whose parents had a private jet, and he used to fly to practices in high school in a helicopter.
Well,
and like,
there you go.
you know, so
I mean,
he's been around. He was a silver spoon kid. He's been around the money all his life, but it still corrupted him, you know, as he got to
Yeah.
the NFL.
That's a shame.
It's really a shame because he's
hot
talented.
garbage.
Really,
Yeah.
it really, really is. And then one little cool note:
Like
we
this note.
have the Super Bowl in 2021.
2021. We got this.
I'm very excited.
Which would be right around the time that Chaz and Brittany have their date.
That's or
Yeah.
their first baby.
Oh, first baby.
yeah,
gonna say
I was
that,
thinking their first baby. Yeah,
I figured
Yeah.
that would be, the first like. Chaz is probably his first grandchildren.
First
John, that's a
minivan.
good point.
First minivan.
first
Yeah.
child named
So-
Chitney. I'm guessing.
Chitney O'Houlihan.
Chitney Brennan. Chitney Brennan.
Brennan. Oh my God.
Chitney Brennan.
wonder-
You heard it here.
I wonder if Chaz is watching this live.
He probably is. Either this or YouPorn. One of the two.
Yeah.
So
guys-
speaking of Brittany, she's not here today, but our very own, just as lovely, Drunkle Diddles is going to do Netflix and chill.
The man of no chin.
So what's going on in
Yeah.
the gossip world?
Your boy. Hold on.
He's not ready.
He's got a lot of knobs and buttons here to press.
Yeah, imagine how I was doing it when I was doing all my ownsies.
Yeah, your boy Kenny Rogers sold his house.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
The same house that he supposedly schooled Michael Jordan. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can bring me up to speed.
So from what I've heard of this is like years ago in the 90s, supposedly Kenny Rogers used to have people over for poker tournaments and stuff.
Right.
And Michael Jordan is a well-known gambler. And
Say
apparently, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And apparently Kenny Rogers like scored a shot on him or something like that.
I've got some audio. Should I?
Yeah. I didn't know we had microphones there.
Yeah. Let's play.
We-
I don't
we
really
went
know.
back
What
in
Into
it,
the
time.
past.
Let's see.
We are that good.
let's see what.
The ball goes over to Kevin Kerr, and the Tennessee shot no good, but it's fine.
No, I think that's just Michael Jordan doing his thing. Yeah.
I didn't realize Chick was calling the game in the backyard
Yeah.
too.
So-
That's a
Well,
really
that's when
impressive.
Chick Hearn was working for Happy Fun Time Sports.
Oh,
in the
that's
past.
true. That's true. Our
Yeah. So
our
He was-
fallen
he was
comrade.
keeping the
Our
butter
fallen comrade.
jiggling.
He was. The
So-
egg's getting hard.
yeah. So I guess
The butter is jiggling. Nice.
yeah, I guess is the state known as the Beaver Dam Farms. Oh,
Eat
features
fresh.
12,000 square foot mansion
Wow.
on 973 acres.
So we're buying that. We're putting our money together as a show, and that's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be where we
Yeah,
record.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna start another
uh,
Kickstarter.
Beaver,
Fuck Jess's haircut. Now we're gonna buy an estate.
Yeah.
help us buy Kenny Rogers' house.
If you donate
H-
in the $5 million range, you
Nah,
get
You get a free
Well,
a blow
T-shirt.
job from
Well,
all of us.
Opening bid starts at 3.5 mil.
Oh,
So-
$5 million. We're good.
Do you
Oh, yeah.
take a check,
Let's do it.
Mr. Rogers?
My wallet is over there. I'll be right
All right.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
post dated check
yeah.
by 99 years.
So yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Also, Lynn Swan.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
She's stoked for a USC job.
That's
Yeah.
a he. That's a he.
Hey, at least he said it.
Okay.
At least he said it right.
He did pronounce the name correctly. I'm
Is it
very impressed
Swan
with that.
or Schwan? I don't
Stop looking at me, Swan.
know. Yeah. So, hey, he's stoked.
Well, I mean, we just talked about that, and I'm sure he's going to avoid it because any athletic director in the
Well, he
College football is gonna
apparently
avoid
he
it.
hasn't even begun the job yet, but
no, he has a.
he's stoked about it. He's really stoked.
Is he stoked?
He's
Yeah, he's stoked.
Did he say that? Did he tell
I'm
everybody?
looking at
Hey, bros, I'm
pictures.
stoked.
I'm looking at pictures here, and he seems
That's
pretty
exactly-
stoked.
That's exactly
so-
what he said.
Yeah.
He looked in the eyes of
He
the
said,
TMZ cameraman and
he said,
"Bruh,
High,
stoked."
high tides are gnarly, brah. Also, I got a new job, and I'm stoked. So,
And it came in and it was like, "Bruh."
and then I was like, and I hit the wave. Yeah. Yeah, that's another video. So,
I think we should have Lynn Swan on the show because he's
Yeah.
clearly like
he's
the
he's
best
stoked.
he's
Dude.
he's an HB surfer.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Interviewee ever.
Yeah. So, some guy, Kermit Washington fella.
Kermit Washington.
Yeah, he faces 45 years in prison. Uh-oh.
What the hell? What did he do?
What's that about, Kevin?
I don't know. I'm
That's the
asking
story.
you.
From what I heard,
Uh,
apparently it was for screwing needy Africans. If you
Allegedly.
Literally?
know what I mean.
Allegedly.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly.
So he didn't know. he did no jail time for almost killing Rudy Tomjanovich by punching him in the face in the 70s. And then
Kevin was there.
I was there.
That's not really a jail offense. I mean,
yeah, was it
on the court?
I punch people in the face all the time.
It was on the court where he literally, Rudy Tomjanovich needed reconstructive surgery and almost died.
Is
like
that
full on almost died.
The pitcher that got
wow.
No, that's basketball.
Okay,
do not piss off fucking
Kermit Washington.
He got the Kermit.
He's already got jail cred.
I thought you can do a Kermit. Could you do a Kermit impersonation?
Hey, Kermit. No, well, I'm Kermit. So. No, I can't.
terrible.
You put me on the spot. I wasn't prepared.
I thought you knew how to do a Kermit.
Well, I could, but
no, he just fucked a
I'm
frog.
scared.
That's not the same thing.
You got a frog in your throat?
Like Miss Piggy giving head.
Here we go.
Racist.
Miss Piggy. Kermit.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Letter of the day is bang. Yeah. All right. Hey.
We should have
Get myself
Derek being Kermit the Frog and reenacting
Yeah, give me a script.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
I like that.
Get to the chopper. Yes. It's a creepy Kermit.
That's Yoda.
Chaz.
That's Yoda Chaz.
Come with me if you want to.
Oh,
You know,
God.
I do have one Netflix and chill before we let Derek continue on with
Oh,
his
sure.
spiel.
I was on a roll, man.
Guys, files for divorce. Again.
Oh, really?
She refiled for divorce from LeBron Odom.
LeBron Odom?
Yeah, he wishes he was that good. No, Lamar, I guess, she decided, this guy almost died. I'm going to love him again for about X amount of months.
Does that mean that he's going to go back to the Bunny Ranch?
I'm hoping so. Homeboy needs to get his dick wet.
When in Rome.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if it still works. Anyways, what else you got for us?
Yeah.
Are we off the Kermit now?
It's just a hammer now.
Not
If it
off
doesn't work, it just uses it to hammer nails.
All right, we're getting on to your boy, Lil Romeo.
Lil Romeo.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's a little snippet from him. Yeah,
All right.
it's good stuff.
He's not very good.
Should have busted a running man on this.
I should have. Damn it. Next time.
Little
Yeah.
Romeo. So what's going on with Lil Romeo?
He says he knows where DeRozan is headed, and he strongly suggests L.A.
Well, I mean, DeMar DeRozan went to USC. He's from LA originally, currently with the Raptors, and I don't know that they're going to be able to afford to keep him at the end of the season. It would make sense, but I think it's just one of those things. It's just like Magic saying the Lakers should go after LeBron. The Lakers should go after Kevin Durant. The Lakers should go after Carmelo Anthony.
Lakers
Like-
go after everybody who wants to come play for us.
Exactly.
That is good.
I mean,
Like Chaz, no. You're
No,
only
not Chaz.
6'1" and ready for fun.
he is ready for fun.
I'm
Goddamn.
6'6" and ready for dicks.
Is Chaz still commenting on stuff?
Bro, slow your roll. No, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and we go.
Does he know how to YouTube?
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyways, did you guys know that Aaron Rodgers' brother blasted by the Bachelorette rival? You're a failed football player. Can you believe that?
Well, he kind of is a failed football player.
Wow. I didn't
Especially
know.
considering how good his brother is. What
Yeah.
Who did he play for? He played for the Dolphins or something,
I
right?
don't know.
All right. What's his name? What's Aaron Rodgers' brother's name?
Aaron
Jordan.
Rodgers' brother.
I got
Jordan?
Jordan.
Is it
Yeah.
Jordan Rodgers?
Yeah,
Rodgers.
Jordan.
Okay.
He was on the Bachelorette.
All right.
If you follow the Bachelorette,
I
he's,
do not follow
He's the guy.
Bachelorette.
His name's Jordan.
Jordan.
So
You know what? I've noticed that's what's really interesting is the younger brothers that are not as good as the older brothers at quarterback tend to be named Jordan. Jordan Palmer, Carson Palmer's little brother, Jordan Rodgers,
And
Aaron Rodgers' little brother,
Jordan Eli.
Jordan Eli.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
yeah.
There
So
you go.
Eli
Yeah.
Jordan Manning.
I guess he says
Jordan Ryan Gosling, your
Yeah.
little brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The worst.
I guess he says you're a 27-year-old failed football player. You've done nothing with your life other than throw a piece of leather.
Wow.
Real deep. One off the Bachelor.
Throwing shade, man. That's...
Ooh, so
So who's paying super close attention to The Bachelor, guys?
Bachelorette, buddy.
Not
Bachelorette.
Me. Not me.
I watched The Bachelor.
Did you?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I was just making a homosexual joke.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so-
yeah. No, that's
yeah.
good. Oh,
Right
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys.
Well done, Derek. Good job. Filling in admirably.
Now dump them out.
Yep. Now we need to see the titties.
We're available for all sponsorship.
Yes.
You know what's really sad is when I did that and jumped, I couldn't tell what the white tee was and my actual
No,
skin.
No. And then
So-
you blended in with the
Nice.
background,
I
dude.
did. I disappeared for a second.
Yeah.
Gotta love that Derek Farmer's tan.
Ah,
It's
you
pretty
know.
good. Pretty good.
Speaking of old people and
Yes.
Japanese people,
Were we speaking to Japanese people?
this was one that Chaz wanted us to bring up.
Okay.
Ichiro Suzuki has 25 hits this season in his age 4,000 year.
I was wondering why you knew Chaz's birthday.
Yeah. Oh God, no. I was not gonna. This was not. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do the calculation. You know, I'm not much for prognosticating like Chaz,
No, not so
Chaz
much.
word, but he's 25 hits this season. He's 42. Hell old. He's coming up on 43 not too soon because 43 comes after 42. Thank you,
It
Rebecca
does.
Black. He has 2,960 hits in his major league career. In his big league career, this side.
Oh, it's
of
like double.
yeah, no, that's what he has in MLB. In Japan,
Yeah.
he had 1,278 hits. So he has 4,238 hits overall.
That's
The
insane.
bigs. But the question, Chaz, here, does he break 3,000? So does he get 40 more hits before Chaz's birthday, which is August 8th, Brittany?
I think for his
Better late
birthday,
than
Brittany
never.
should just send him a nude, regardless of how the date goes, assuming she's still alive afterwards. For his birthday, she should just send, all right, here's the titties.
I think we need to have another Kickstarter so we can get Chaz a
Blow-up doll?
a phone,
Oh,
like an actual
A smartphone.
smartphone,
Yeah.
so he could have Snapchat and he could start sending her dick pics.
yes.
That's the only way that
you know
he's
there's going to be
end
a
up in
scarf
jail.
on it. It's going to be holding
Again,
a soda.
It's an ascot, dude.
It's an ascot.
It's gonna be holding a soda in like a fancy cognac glass. And
Yeah,
all that.
exactly.
What do you think? You think he gets 40 more hits even this season, but let alone before August 8th?
Probably not before August 8th, but I think he'll get it this year.
I
I
mean-
think he'll hit the 3,000 mark.
He hit like shit last year. Played in a lot of games still, but hit like shit and still got 95 hits.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he's gonna get the 3,000 this year. It would be unless he gets hurt or dies. Where are you going, sir? Unless he gets hurt or dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Well, here's a quick
it's
question.
gonna happen this
A
year.
real quick question for you. If Ichiro had gone to the majors, if he had gone to Major League Baseball
Right away.
right away as a 19, 20-year-old, would he go down as the greatest hitter of all time?
Actually in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Actually allowed in the Hall of Fame.
Allowed in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but what I think you always have this stat ready, and if you don't, oops. But what was Pete Rose's final hit tally again?
Oh, God. It was...
Well, we got the internet.
Yeah, you can check the internet. I want to say it
I
was
always
over... I want to say he had around 4,000, right?
Well, no, it was over. It was like
Yeah.
43 some odd.
And he played for 30 years
he
or
played
something.
for a bajillion goddamn years. They literally couldn't take him off the field until they told us 42.56. That was
Okay.
his hit total. So what did I say? What's his name is at right now?
He is at
42.
29.60, and he had like 12
Well,
something.
his overall, because a lot of people like to count as Japan hits just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4,238. So he's coming up on that all-time hits record.
Yeah, I think he would go down then. I think definitely. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
damn right. I mean, if you look at just the way that he played, too, and while he was playing in the roid era where he wasn't a roid guy, and he was just consistently a 200 hits a year guy, like easily, It was almost impossible to get him out.
The year, let's see, I don't have it in front of me, but he had a year where he broke the hits record. I think he had like 260 or 280 hits or something retardedly just out of this world.
Yeah.
Which
In
is
290 plate appearances.
Yeah.
He was hitting
batted
900.
He batted over 1,000. That's how good he is.
That's how amazing he is.
But we got another fatty topic here.
Yeah.
A real baseball topic, and it's been pretty big. The beanballs that have been going down of late. There's a lot of people getting thrown at, and Josh Donaldson, AL MVP from last year.
Yeah. Doesn't like it.
Blue Jays third baseman. Yeah, he hates this beanball culture. That's I mean, it's always been a thing, and everybody's it's the old man way of playing the game, So if you do something wrong, or something that pisses me off, if you decide to hit a home run, or you hit a home run, you decide to look at it, or if you decide to hit a home run, I mean, not always as good as Kike, but and you're standing there pimping it out, watching it, there's a fair chance you might get hit in the next inning or your next at bat, because that's what the old school wants you to do. You have to atone for your sins, as it were.
Yeah, you got to be alpha, right?
Yeah,
Right.
alpha. Let the alphas out rough.
So
But
it's
anyway,
like a punishment. If you hit a home run, then the next time you're up to bat, you get beaned.
well, if you hit a home run and you decide to pimp it, they call it, you pimp it
If
salad.
you showboat.
Mhm.
Yeah. Huh.
The old move on sort of way. Your boy.
My man.
There's
But-
got to be a middle ground, because it is. I get it. It is dangerous to be throwing beanballs at people, but at the same time, how about if you were pissed off at something someone did, instead of throwing the ball that time, you threw your glove at them? Like, if you're the pitcher, like, you know what?
It just
Fuck you.
Yeah.
This seems so pansy though. There's no manly way to
it's-
throw your glove.
Yeah, it's their
That's a good
job,
point.
though. I mean, I don't get mad if someone else does my
Exactly.
job
That's the
better
whole thing
than
I talked about a while ago too. You people are trying to make the game fun. Let people have some fun. You got to, if people are overdoing it, you got to corral them a bit. But I think it
not
was
hit him with a 90-mile-an-hour
that was
fastball.
Johnston's thing. He's like, dude, this is my livelihood. An eighth of an inch off in your release, it's coming at my head. It's not only my livelihood, it's now it's my personal health. Shit gets real fucking dangerous real goddamn quick. You ever been hit like by 10-mile-an-hour baseball?
Well, minor league. Yeah. Well, no, not
Wow, that's how good Derek was.
Yeah, man.
Little league.
Man, Trout and I right there.
Yeah. Well, not rookie.
No, I got hit at the fastest pitcher I think pitched about 75 in Little League. And he got me right in the we get a Charlie horse right there.
Right in the dick.
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah.
I hate those Charlie dicks.
Try to
Dick horse.
them Charlie
Dick
dicks are
horse.
no joke, man. No, but yeah, try and walk the base with pride with the freaking Charlie horse, dude. Yeah. It's like trying not to cry because you're like 8. And you just got nailed. Man.
Don't rub it. But Kevin, you're much more well versed in recent baseball history and all that. So the type of people you would expect to be, obviously a lot of these orders are coming down from the manager. Hey,
Oh yeah.
throw at this guy. That's what happened in the Rougned Odor game. It was I doubt Matt Bush in his second big league game or whatever it was really wanted to throw at Jose Bautista.
True.
But he was told to, so he did it because God damn it, this is his first big league money.
So you think these things are coming down from the top?
That's what they do. The manager tells him,
Really?
hey,
Yeah.
give him a little inside, and a lot of these kids they don't
Damn.
want to do it.
Well, he's making it.
But you have to,
but
because
you
Skip
have to.
says so. I mean, you got to do it.
So
Yeah.
You don't want your next start to be like, oh well, looks like we're going with the minors kid.
Exactly.
The minors kid will drill the next batter.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
And this is funny
Get the
because it's crazy, but also it's kind of indicative of what I'm talking about. Tony La Russa, notorious old school baseball mind. I guess the Cardinals are playing against Arizona right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or sorry, is it Pittsburgh? No, it was Arizona. Let me go ahead and check my there you go. It was Pittsburgh. Cardinals. Sorry. That's right. La Russa's not with the Cardinals anymore.
No.
Arizona is playing with Pittsburgh, or playing against Pittsburgh. This is where I got messed up because you associate La Russa with Cardinals for so goddamn long.
Isn't he retired now?
He's retired. He's in the front office for Arizona, and I guess the Pittsburgh announcing crew, the broadcasting crew, was they were talking about that because one of their pitchers just got drilled in the face, Ryan Vogelsong, and he has multiple facial fractures. Right?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Nasty hit. Let's take a look.
That's coming. So he pitched, and then the batter hit
that
it?
one was an accident. The pitcher threw the ball and it hit the batter. The batter just happened to be a pitcher, so he couldn't get out of the way in time because he ain't all that good at the hitting stuff.
Right.
But
that sucks.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh was talking talking about it and talking the same thing, hating more and more of this beanball culture. And they were talking about, you look at something like that, you look at Tony La Russa being there, he's that type of person who would call that. I guess La Russa heard this. He heard the broadcast and actually went into the live broadcast booth. Keep in mind, he's not a manager. He doesn't do anything on the field anymore. He's front office, but he went in to the broadcast booth live on air, and this is what he said on his decision to enter the broadcast booth and confront whoever the hell said it. He says, I have never stood for inaccuracies, so I corrected the inaccuracies. So he
Wow.
decided to go in there and be a little bitch and defend his honor.
So in your opinion, you think he did it on purpose?
Oh yeah, Lewis
You
has
think-
always done
You
that.
think he
type of-
called that?
He's done that. That's his game. You know,
Yeah.
look at Torrey doing that game. Bobby Cox is big on that and
Yep.
getting kicked out of games.
Well, you know that
The baseball
LaRusso
old
wishes he
school.
would have thrown at Gibson in '88 instead of pitching
my
to him.
Well, yeah. If you know it and everyone else in the league knows it, kind of
Everybody
like.
knows when
So
you go.
why, is there no repercussions or?
There really
Not
isn't,
really.
and that's what people want. That's what if you now you have this atonement or whatever, probably the wrong word, but you have the Chase Utley rule. If you slide into second base, you're gonna get dinged with something. So that's what Donaldson's saying. Make the pitchers accountable. You can't go and decide to throw at somebody and then just whatever, here it is. That's what happened. Unless there are other suspensions coming down, but he wants accountability for that, and pitchers should be held accountable, and probably even the managers throw them out of the game, hand down suspensions, fine them money and all that. But I don't know.
Telling you, just let them fight. Hockey. I mean, and it's funny, but at the same time, hockey does it. It's the only sport where you don't get suspended. And they get it out of their system. Nobody keeps going after the fight's over. You don't have benches clear. They just go at it. The refs separate them at some point, and then it's 5 minutes in the penalty box and they're done.
Yeah. Well, do
It's
you think that it should directly affect the pitcher or do you think that it should affect the whole team? Like, hey, you know what?
Well, you can't kick out the team.
Oh yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
how does that defer the pitcher from? Hey, the coach told me to nail this dude.
Like, you're gonna get fined a lot.
Yeah.
Is the pitcher or the coach?
Pitcher.
Oh, it's
Why
always
should
the pitcher.
why should the pitcher get fined if the coach is calling the shots?
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
what- I mean, that's
As
where
a pitcher, I'd be
there would
like,
need
hey,
to be something. It would need to be all figured out. But I definitely, I don't like the beanball culture, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And
It's just dangerous. Is my problem.
it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
We saw them retaliating about Puig a couple years ago, Arizona,
Mhm.
and hitting Zach Greinke in the head.
yeah.
Funny enough, now he pitches for them, but still.
well, do you think if that directly affected the
Wait, sorry,
outcome
that was
of the
Padres
game?
That was
who did
Padres,
it,
yeah.
Do you think if that directly affected the game, it would stop? Because the coach is saying, hey, bean this guy. The pitcher beans the guy. It doesn't affect anybody else but the pitcher.
But you taught them a lesson.
Yeah.
Well, if they end
That's
up
what
winning
it's
the
about.
game, then that's
That's
not
what
really lesson well learned.
The
right?
thing is, people get hit on accident as it is. And
Right.
you saw that with like Mike Stanton last year, who just got drilled and his
Yeah.
orbital bone was shattered. And that was an accident. That wasn't
Yeah,
the guy was
but you're
throwing
seeing
at
a
him.
lot more
But you see that.
heads getting hit. of
Yeah, you
late.
see heads get hit because people are throwing high. They're
Yeah.
trying to throw high because it's harder to hit it or it causes the pop up, and you're throwing high, and when you miscalculate, it hits somebody. So you already have that, and you're not really going to be able to change that. But when you then also add the element of beanball, where you're
Right.
purposely hitting them, it's just dangerous for the hitter.
Well, maybe
you
it
know?
should be like you just said.
Let him fight.
You've got the starter pitcher. He's on fire, and he drills a dude. Take that guy out and put the relief pitcher in there.
Mhm.
He might,
Kick him out.
the relief pitcher. You kick him out for what two
Yeah,
innings?
but you might
Yeah.
bring
And you
in,
got
you
the
might
relief.
have that bad pitcher in your bullpen that all right, you're going to come in, you're just going to throw and take the
yeah,
take
but
the
it's
bait, and
it
we're
wouldn't
gonna pay
be
for you to do
it wouldn't be
Oh.
up to the
There's
coach.
always going to be a way around.
Yeah,
'cause
somehow you get
don't
guys.
You can't have somebody decide to pull somebody, or you can't have an umpire go and say, okay, I want that guy in there now,
Wow.
because that
that's
will
true.
never work. An umpire can't directly say.
Well,
what
just
to do,
whoever
because
the
you could
relief
say
pitcher is.
the other team could say, oh, he called them in. They're in cahoots. There's collusion going on
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
If we had that, you'd have guys like me and you getting signed to major league contracts to sit in the bullpen.
Yeah,
Just hit that guy.
as punishment. Yeah.
I'd still miss him too, probably.
Hey, cut that check, homeboy. Cut that check. I'll take one.
Exactly.
I'll
Fuck it.
take a 90-an-hour fastball. Cut that check.
I'll throw behind anybody for some money. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right.
So, anyways, we don't like it. Josh Johnson doesn't like it.
Yeah. Fair
we
enough.
should listen to him.
True. On all matters for everything. So speaking of that, they just changed the strike zone. Am I right?
Well, they're going. They
Or they're
agreed,
going to
they
for-
agreed to it.
Okay.
So
Are they making it bigger or
2017
smaller? I didn't see much about this.
They're actually bringing the strike zone up to slightly above the knees.
Okay.
And the other big change, because everything is about trying to speed the game up,
Of course.
which they're obsessed with right now. But intentional walks, you won't have to throw 4 wide ones, as they say anymore. You just say, hey, I want him on, and that's it. So that they'll motion, put him on, done with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cutting 45 seconds out of the game. But then there's the flip side of it. It's like, you also have You could have a wild pitch. You could have it like there was a number of years ago, Miguel Cabrera was still a Marlin, but he reached out and poked a single out to right center field.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you could have that mistake, and it's funny to watch somebody capitalize it. The strike zone thing, I liked it at first. Again, it's another thing to try to increase offense because bitches love the long ball.
True.
I liked it at first, but Cardinals pitcher Adam Wainwright hates it. And then I loved it even more because I hate
Adam
Cardinals.
Wainwright, yeah.
But I actually read what he had to say on the subject, and I kind of changed my tune on it. What he had to say, pretty much, hey, man, I got my burps. It's going to affect – well, this is actually it's going to affect the big-time pitchers in a big-time way. You know, this is going to affect – Kershaw.
You got to change what you're throwing.
Yeah, because a lot of people who live low in the zone, the ground ball pitchers, that's not the way they want it. That's not going to be called anymore.
Derek Lowe's happy he's retired now.
Yeah, those worm.
Well, yeah,
people.
that's what I was about to say. Is when I was playing ball, back in the day, it's like, oh, you're so lucky, you're so tall, you can duck the pitches, and that never. I didn't understand what that meant, but I guess if you bring the strike zone up now, it's a lot easier for people my height or a little bit shorter.
You're not trying to come down and golf the ball.
Right.
Things are going to be potentially more frequently belt high.
So you think it's a good idea, or?
I don't like it because I'm more of a pitching fan anyway. I think I prefer to see a pitcher's duel than a home run fire like shootout, what have you. But no, I don't like it. What do you think, Kevin?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, good talk.
Cool.
I wasn't paying attention anymore.
No, I don't have an opinion on it, to be honest with you. I mean, if it affects someone like Kershaw or something like that in a negative way, I'm probably going to dislike it, but I'm going to wait until I see what it looks like,
Make that paycheck, man.
Right?
Make that paycheck.
I mean, you're talking about a difference between probably 3 to 5 inches.
True.
And, I mean, that's what Derek over here is packing. So on the good day.
Yeah.
That's
on a good
true.
day. Yeah.
Depends on whether or not he trim the carpet.
Yeah. They do match the drapes, by the way. So
yeah. His dong has a mustache, is what he said.
It does.
And on the video side, you can go ahead and just
right.
Anyway.
Oh, real quick, I was asked to mention it is minor league hockey, but it's the level right below the Kings, and it's their affiliate team. They're in the championship in their American Hockey League series against Lake Erie, but they're down 3-0, and Game 4 is tonight. So we'll see. Hopefully they can come back. So
thank you, listener, man.
The world is watching you, Ontario Reign. Thunder in the third quarter are down 59-60 to the Warriors. Very, very close game.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the Lakers? Did you hear about that?
They're not playing anymore.
No, they're not. But they got the number 2 protected draft pick.
Yeah,
we
did not mention that last week.
We didn't mention it. So that's the draft coming up is basically a 2-player race. So they're going to get one of those 2 players who are just basically like this. I mean, you can go either way. Whoever you get, neither one is a consolation
shorter
prize.
Than you?
They are both shorter than I am.
Hey, so how do you think the Lakers are going to do next season without Kobe?
Probably better.
Better?
Yeah. I'm going to say better just because they've got a better coach now. They've got a young coach. They've got a lot of young talent. They're going to have this guy. We don't know what they're going to do in free agency. Kobe was kind of, because it was his farewell year, they knew that they weren't going to do anything. He was the focal point of the offense. It's not going to be like that anymore. The kids are going to develop a little bit more. There's going to be a better system in place. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but within the next year or so, they'll be able to contend for a playoff.
So instead of the play being 100% of the time passes to Kobe, now they're actually going to run plays.
They're going to run plays.
I wouldn't be surped.
It wouldn't shock me if they made the playoffs as like an 8 seed.
Yeah.
But it depends on what they do.
Well, do you think with the team that the Lakers are building now, do you think there's going to be another Kobe? Do you think there's going to be another star Laker that's just going to take his place?
I mean, those things are almost impossible to predict because you get guys coming out and you're like, this guy is the next LeBron. This guy's going to be the greatest player. And then he like fizzles out, or he's like, he's okay, but he's not anything great at that level. You kind of have to wait until you see them play. Both of these guys could be the 2 guys that are at the top of the draft could be enormous superstars.
Sure.
Like they could be the next LeBron and Kevin Durant or Kobe or whatever, but we don't know until we see them, until they start developing. It's really tough to.
So like as a LA resident, obviously, and then Lakers fans, do you think that
he flies for Miami.
yeah,
I
he's
do.
imported.
Yeah, flying
He's
to Miami
imported like my beef jerky.
Exactly.
No, so as a Lakers fan, I'm assuming you're a Lakers. Do you think that there's ever going to be that passion? Because I remember a couple of years ago when the Lakers were just winning, and everyone's, you know, any car you see pass by has got the Lakers flag. Do you think that's because of Kobe, or you think that's
no? That the Lakers have always. That's the good thing about the Lakers is like with the Cavs, it's pretty much because of LeBron. They didn't really have that rabid fan base. With the Lakers, they had it before Kobe. They're gonna have it after Kobe. I mean, you're a Laker fan regardless. Yeah, we're all gonna miss Kobe. We loved him and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like, all right, Kobe, we love you. We're glad. We're happy with what you did. You know, enjoy retirement.
Right.
Now let's see what the Lakers can do because we want to. You know, it's now the post Kobe era. So let's go. You know, let's do something. So I think you still have the passion. I mean, even when they suck and when Kobe's been out with injuries,
still show up.
Oh yeah, they still sell out every game. Yeah.
People want to see.
It's not the Clippers, where the Clippers are only popular the last couple of years when they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
And once they start sucking again at some point, that fan base is going to dissipate.
Yeah.
The Lakers, you don't have that. These are the worst 4 years in franchise history by far, and they still are selling out almost every game.
Well, it seems to me once the Lakers started going a little more downhill, the Clippers started climbing.
Oh,
yeah. I wonder why that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like maybe.
Yeah, crazy David Stern.
Yeah, so I know these are two different sports, but do you think that when the Rams come into play, do you think that's going to affect the Lakers' popularity or the Clippers' popularity? Do you think that everyone that's kind of on that biased train is going to gear more towards football and the Rams, and they're going to start spending their money on football instead of basketball? Or do you think it'll be the same?
I mean, you're going to have an initial. With the Rams, you're going to have an initial like, oh, we have a football team again. It's been 20 years, But the Lakers are still like the ticket, you know? I mean, the games they're indoors. You can dress nice. It's, you know, you're easily seen. In a football stadium, you're anonymous no matter who you are.
Yeah, and it's good for the Instagram too.
It's
so,
exactly.
Yeah, if you could say,
you got to do it for the Vine.
We out here at the Lakers game. It's instant.
It is.
Instant 1,000 likes.
Absolutely. It's not gonna. If they had brought out another, like, if there was another basketball team, another NBA team being brought to LA, that could have an effect. That could have an effect on something. But not with the Rams.
The ghost of Magic Johnson.
Yes. Unless they just filled the team with Laker legends, regardless of how old they are.
Irregardless.
And then last Laker note: Brian Shaw coming back home to assistant coach. He's going to be on Luke Walton's staff. Very excited about that.
I can't reach. I mean, I can't touch our audience.
Well, he can reach under, you know. So if his hand disappears, you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
So today is May 26th.
Yeah.
And it is Thursday, which means it's time for some Throwback Thursday.
Ooh, I like Throwback Thursday. It's very romantic.
It's delicious.
Hit me with the funky beat, D.
I like that. So on this date, May 26th, in 1896, in Manhattan Beach, New York, the first American intercollegiate bicycle race was held, setting the stage for the hugely popular cash cow sport we know now, intercollegiate bicycle racing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all pay very close attention.
Every day of my life, sir.
Lance's son, Vance Armstrong, over there at University of Texas. Just awesome. Best bicycle player I've ever seen in my life.
Killing it. Is his name really Vance?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, Lance, way to reach out.
I don't think it's a real person.
Does he have one testicle?
He's only got one testicle, so he can't have kids.
Good for him.
Right? On this date in 1925, FRG's Bay, Ty Cobb, becomes the first Major League Baseball player to collect both 1,000 extra base hits and 500 slaves. So, right? I mean, that's a hell of an achievement. And in 1988, and this is actually just really impressive. In 1988, the Edmonton Oilers of the NHL won their 4th Stanley Cup in 5 seasons. Was really, really impressive. They swept the Boston Bruins 4 games to none. This is a team that was so historically good. They had young Gretzky, they had Mark Messier, they had Grant Fuhr, they had Marty McSorley, they had all these ridiculously good players on the team because there was no such thing as a salary cap. So Edmonton just snagged
Magic.
Up everybody, and won and ended up winning 4 out of 5 Stanley Cups, which is the same. I mean, if you think about it by today's standards, if you look at baseball, if some team won 4 out of 5 you know, almost like what the Yankees did in the 90s, you know, when they won 4 World Series or whatever in like 6 years or something. I mean, it was even more so than that. It was just unprecedented dominance. Especially
the way I like it.
Exactly.
You know, I do have one more note.
Yeah, what do we got?
One more throwback.
One more
Thursday.
throwback. Go for it.
23 years ago today, Jose Canseco headbutted a home run out of the stadium. God bless America, guys. God
Jose
bless you,
Canseco.
Jose.
Actually, speaking of Canseco, real quick, off topic, have you seen the pictures of his daughter posing for Playboy?
I have not, but I am kicking. I'm hard
man.
over it. How big are her fucking forearms?
They are enormous.
Large. She's a large fella.
And her dick is huge.
Ooh. Man.
She's a good-looking woman, we'll say. That is one handsome lady.
Is that Hozo? But it doesn't work. He should be Hozo.
She's Josie. Josie Canseco.
Josie Canseco makes more sense. Well, we pay him also nothing.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of douchebags,
ooh,
Mark Cuban. What's going on with Mark Cuban right now?
Mark Cuban is a douchebag. He's a call him a universal like demi douche.
Yeah, demi
semi demi douche. He's seeking vice presidential nomination. Again, we're a sports show, but he wants to be the vice president with Trump, or really just anybody.
He said Trump or Hillary. He doesn't care.
He does not
Either
care.
one.
He just wants to be vice president. All of them don't have my vote.
No,
because I don't plan on voting. I don't care.
I will vote, and I will vote for neither of those two.
All right, Derek, move on.
Move on.
Right.
I'm voting. I'm going to vote for Derek's grandpa.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I might write in Derek's grandpa,
As-
and I'm
as
not going
vice
to write
president.
his name.
No.
President?
Yeah.
I'm literally just
What?
writing in Derek's grandpa. That's
Yeah.
how it's,
I'm assuming that if he becomes president, if Derek's grandpa becomes president, he's going to live and abide by the mantra here of Lakewood, which is what is it again?
Times change, values don't.
Values stay the same.
Vote
That-
Derek's grandpa.
I kind of like.
He's not
I
a
wish
redneck.
Derek's grandpa had the Whittier mantra, the "ye old friendly guy." I think that would be good too.
Well, if he's president, you can just do both.
There you go.
Huh.
Why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times change. Derek's
Yeah.
grandpa doesn't.
Exactly. Oh God, no.
So Kevin, I also hear that Ruknade Odor was he was gonna pimp out his
punch memorabilia.
his 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and he was apparently charging $40 per punch item, and I think he would actually charge you only $50 if he was going to punch you in the face. So, I mean, that's a pretty good deal.
That's a damn good deal.
I'd pay
You could be
$50 to get punched in the face by Odor.
Yeah, it's punched by history.
Absolutely.
I think.
I think
No?
it is.
You're not giving that to me? What do you think out there in the listener line? Call
Wait,
855-923-658-659.
You pay him to punch you in the face?
Oh yeah.
You can call us at
That's not a bad deal, right?
on Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the session got too big too fast, so they had to shut it down.
What?
Unfortunate. And actually, what just happened today is his 8-game suspension lowered to 7 games. After like
Dude,
6 games have passed.
That was a fuck you, Bautista. I think the people in charge of all that were like, yeah, Bautista, he's kind of a dick anyway. So fuck that puto.
That's
But
hilarious.
one thing I'm disheartened by America here.
Okay.
Actually, I'm disheartened more by Canada.
Okay.
Because it's Toronto fans. So I think I mentioned it last week that Odor, as part of his glorious folk hero status, also I don't know the name of it, was given free barbecue at some Texas joint for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Well, that restaurant is getting death threats.
Wow.
They're getting how can you kill a restaurant?
Yeah,
that's not even possible even. But
we're gonna take those cows and we're gonna kill them again.
from Blue Jays fans, there's actually people that
wow.
are sending them death threats. It's just like, there you go.
It's
Canada's fault.
They're gonna fly down and just like inundate them with maple syrup.
And free health care.
Oh God. Come on, Canada. Get it together. Get it together. So speaking of piles of shit, Barry Bonds.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Derek.
No. Oddly enough, Barry Bonds.
So Barry Bonds is in the news because of Jock Peterson, which I know you're like, how does that? Well, Jock Peterson, growing up, his favorite player, his hero, was Barry Bonds. Of course,
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, now the hitting coach for the juiced Marlins of Miami.
Yes.
And D. Gordon is now on the PED suspension
I'm
list
telling you.
because of it. But
Speaking of juiced.
yeah, so I guess, when they had a chance, Peterson was in Miami, because I believe they went to Miami first, or when the Dodgers faced the Marlins. Peterson went up and was like, "Hey man, like you're my idol, you're one of my heroes. Can I take a picture with you?" And Barry Bonds just turned his back on him and never acknowledged him.
Oof.
Dick move.
That really is.
It seriously broke Peterson's heart. Like, he was like, I don't even remember what happened in the game that night.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just so. And some people, I think it was Sports Illustrated or whatever, they're the ones. It was an interview. They're sitting down with him talking to him about it, and when he brought that up, I mean, you could still see like he struggles talking about it, because it's like, ow. Fuck you, Barry.
Your boy was hurting, huh?
Hurting.
Mm.
Not even for a squirt,
No,
but for
just
a hug. He just wanted a hug.
Well,
Ben?
I mean, we all know that Barry Bonds is just a giant pile of shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're Dodgers fans. Well, this is what we grew up with.
Absolutely.
Peterson, it's not his fault that he grew up in the wrong, hemisphere of California.
For me, in descending levels of badness, it's like Satan, Stalin, Hitler, Bonds.
Bakersfield, Hitler again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonds again.
Literally, Bakersfield, like the county or
It's better than
the
Bonds.
city of Bakersfield, whatever the
It's
hell
pretty
it is.
terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Speaking of Jock and Jocks, he made an attempt. Made an attempt to bunt the ball.
Yeah.
And it didn't go so well. And the home plate umpire, it really didn't go so well for him.
No.
So Jock went to bunt the ball, and the way that he got it, it ended up going right behind him past, I think it was AJ Ellis or maybe Grandal, and right into the balls of the umpire. Like right to the ball. Like the umpire hits the ground immediately.
He was down for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
In
actually.
is it the 17 inning game
Yes.
too?
Yes.
My sweet Lord.
That was magic.
Yeah.
Is what that was.
Anytime you could see an umpire get hurt, it's truly a time to relish.
It really is.
And
it really is.
Ketchup and mustard.
It's a rarity. It's like seeing a unicorn take a shit. It's magic.
Or Derek with a shirt on.
Or Derek with a shirt
rare.
on. It's very, very rare that happens. So speaking of getting hit in the balls,
More balls.
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 Draymond Green has kicked people in the balls in this one series twice. He keeps saying it's an accident. Twice in 3 games. Keeps saying it's an accident. Our buddy Brent Kamelich over there was on our pre-show Facebook live feed and was like, but it was an accident.
Dude,
it was an accident.
Be nice.
Dude, be nice. And I mean, it's so clearly not an accident. Draymond Green is.
You don't jump like that.
No, you don't jump like
Yeah. Throw your leg up. Throw a little dab on him. Hit him with the
These
dab.
nuts.
That's it, pretty much.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, Draymond Green. If the Warriors get eliminated here tonight, Draymond Green isn't necessarily to blame, but he might be to blame for their bad fortune. And they're only up right now, late in the third quarter, by 4 points. This is a close game. It's going to come down to the.
Hit him with that Jean Grey moaning.
Okay,
Yes.
let's talk real quick.
No.
Tony Romo, Jason Witten.
Apparently they're gay. Oh, we didn't have any music. I was like Blues Clues music or something.
I don't know. I think you just play some Elton John.
Oh,
right.
that works. So there was a wonderful, wonderful, awesome fake story that came out. I think it was like originated by Snopes or something like that. So it's legit. But they came out.
It was Hustlers.
Pun intended.
Hustlers.com.
Here we go. What do we got? What do you got for me? Ooh, this sounds beautiful already. So they came out with a story
Oh, yeah.
that Tony Romo and Jason Witten
Tell him.
totally getting it on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see no pennies.
Getting it on.
$240
Yeah.
worth of pudding.
Coming at you now for $49.95. You have this awesome fake story about Tony Romo and Jason Witten and Putty.
Oh,
totally
God.
Gay, totally super gay. But I love that.
It's pretty hilarious.
It seemed so real as an Eagles fan. It just felt real. And also, fuck them.
It's the first time you felt alive in a long time.
Faux real though. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
We can only get 30 seconds of this stuff.
This is what they're going to play at training camp this year in Oxnard. Oh, God. And finally.
I hope when Chaz gets picked up by Brittany, this is playing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. We got to tell Keith Producerman. Finally, and hopefully it's the last we hear of this fucking story.
It won't be.
Tom Brady appeals the latest Deflategate suspension. Can this just die already? I'm so sick of Deflategate.
I know, right, audience?
Thank you, audience. Jesus Christ.
This just needs to die like Tony Romo. This just needs to die. Please.
That escalated quickly.
It needs to die like these. I'm like, why is this a thing? Just make it go away.
I have no idea. There's no reason to keep having this be put forth, and it's like they're jizzing the story all over our faces, and it's horrifying.
And I'm not into that.
I'm
my
not.
back or nothing. I'm a fucking classy bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Wetback style, right?
Yeah. See,
guys, you can't say that.
That's
racistism.
Yeah,
that is racistism.
That was lit. That's anyways. You.
All right. So we'll move on here. One last note. Finally, a man from Thailand is recovering from a bloody encounter with a 10-foot python that slithered through the plumbing of his home and latched its jaws onto his penis as he was using a toilet.
I love that our one last notes are always about dicks.
Always about dicks getting bitten. So the guy's name, which is Adaporn Boon Makchwai,
obviously,
clearly, was smiling. He was smiling as Thai television stations interviewed him in his hospital bed about the intimate intrusions, as doctors said he would recover. But photos of his blood-spattered bathroom in Bangkok were testimony to his ordeal. The 38-year-old man said that he struggled to remove the snake for 30 minutes Wednesday.
That's not struggling.
That is not struggling.
That's having a good time, my friend.
Oh, stop.
I'm trying to get the snake off.
Please don't.
I'm trying to get off the snake.
So he struggled for 30 minutes before he managed to free himself with the help of his wife and a neighbor. This just sounds like a good time.
Right?
After his wife tied a rope around the snake, the man pried open its jaws before passing out. When he came to, his wife proceeded to grill him with questions about how long he had known the snake, while demanding to see Facebook and text messages between him and the snake. Emergency workers dismantled the Asian-style squat toilet, which is literally from the story. I didn't say that. With the python still twined through it. The snake was taken away to be released back into the wild while wearing its Team Side Chick t-shirt. So these nuts.
I was going to say wearing it, and then I thought you were going to pause and say these nuts, but it's not funny.
No. Wearing a Team Side Chick shirt. So, yeah, our
side snake.
Our thoughts and prayers are with Mr. Adaporn Boom Trot Bok Choy, whatever his last name is.
I was really hoping that you were going to say emergency Urkels. Because you said Workles. I was like, that's nice work Urkels.
Emergency Urkels just descended upon his house. Oh God. Take us home, FRG.
So, guys, this has been Happy Fun Time Sports. We are a podcast, and we are live still right now.
Yep.
On YouPorn.
With all of our viewers.
All of our viewers. How many viewers do we have? It's just 3. One of them.
Right. I think I'm one of them too.
All right, we're doing good at this.
Quick update: late in the third, 80-75, Golden State leads Oklahoma City.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Thunder are gonna win. I'm gonna say that the Warriors are gonna win.
And Eastern Conference Finals for the for NHL. Pittsburgh in the third period with only 5 minutes left in the game. They lead 2-1 over Tampa Bay. Game 7.
Ooh, my friend, if Pittsburgh loses, my friend will probably stab himself to death.
So they're gonna win.
I really hope that happens. You can find us on our website, happyfuntimesports.com. It is beautifully manicured and just why'd you turn me down, bro? Beautifully manicured and it's magically put together by a genius, if I do say so myself. There's a blog there. Chaz writes blog posts. I occasionally do. Kevin looks pretty, but read our blog. It's fun. It's there. Instagram, HFT Sports. Twitter, HFT Sports. Facebook, Happy Fun Time Sports, same thing. Send us questions. Social media, email, happyfuntimesports@gmail.com. As you can see from this hat, we'll do sponsorships. If you're watching this, please send us money, anything. Give us a free cheeseburger. We're hungry. For everybody here, I'm FRG. Bye, Felicia.